Hello guys and welcome to this new video. I hope you are excited because in this video we will be going over a lot of technical things, but the beginning will be very visual, and I think everyone, even if you have no coding experience, you will get a little bit of the idea. Of course, later on I will explain code. There it is required to know how code works or know a little bit about programming. Yeah, so that's the first chapter, the recruiting system. Hand in hand with that goes the Scriptable Objects chapter, because yeah, I use Scriptable Objects in the recruiting system, so that's why they are mixed, but I will show you also all of the values of the Scriptable Objects later on. Next chapter then is the instantiation of forces, so how in my games the forces are instantiated, because it's not just a prefab that is spawned in. I mean, it is a prefab, but there's also a lot of data stored and a class which manages this instantiation. Okay, so that's it with the intro. Let's begin with the video. So let's start with something complicated with the recruiting system. So I will just do some things in the background and just talk to you, because first of all I want to get some money, so we will scale the time up. Basically, if we only had one force to recruit, it would be really easy. We would just recruit that force and the time would be separated or divided by the number of buildings, and yeah, it's only one building where it can be built. But now with this it's a little bit more complex, because we have different buildings and several forces can be recruited in one building. So I will just build all of the different buildings. Maybe let's say 2 swordsmen tavern, and now I will scale the time down, go into the player manager, into the recruiting manager, and here we have a force order list, which is really important, because if I recruit any of those, or let's say for each building there will be one force order list. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for each building type. 4 order lists should be there. If I click on everything, you will see, yeah, that's right. Now if I span those a little bit, you can see that each force order list consists of different elements. So first of all, wait, let's pause it. We have the building that is the ground element. Here it's a scriptable object, which I'm accessing. I will talk more about it later, because I'm using them a lot. Then we have a reference to the recruiting manager, but that's not that important. We have is recruiting, because if this list gets empty, maybe here we will see it, then yeah, it's not recruiting any longer. We have time passed, which is important for the slider. Also, each one of them has his own slider, but they are overlapping, so you only see the slider, which is the nearest at the top. And yeah, here, for example, it's no longer recruiting, and yeah, we have a force order list. I know the names are not perfect, force order list and force orders, but you get the idea. Here we have this single order, for example, a light spearman, team 0, and if I would click on the swordsman, we would have 3 light swordsmen added. Yeah, that's how it works. I can quickly show you some code, but the complete code is obviously too much. Okay, never mind. So in this class I have also the force order list in this file. So basically here you can see all the different elements, and here's the recruiting coroutine, or enumerator. So we set is recruiting to true, and why is recruiting is true? We go through the list, so of course there has to be at least one element. Set is recruitable to false at the beginning, then get the force SO scriptable object, and this is just data where I specify which buildings are required to recruit that force, and then for every element in we also got a list of recruitable forces, because as I showed you before, we got this object here, and in this object down here we have recruitable forces. At the moment they are 2, and we go through that list and check if this one of those elements which are here equals the element that we got here. So from the force order, which is basically let's go back, this list. So for example here we check, okay, light swordsman, then we want to get the scriptable object of the light swordsman. I think it's even here, and now we want to check if the other scriptable object from the structure has the scriptable object of the light swordsman in it. So we go here in this list and see, okay, it's in there, but we of course have to loop through it. So in the first index it is in there, and if so, then that's good, because we were here, then we set is recruitable to true, count of required structure. Yeah, and with that we got the number of structures from the type that we have. This is stored in another class up here. Yeah, for example, we have 2 main gold. Okay, that's already wrong. I don't know why we have 2 main gold pits. But we have 2 swordsman talent, that's true. I don't know why we got 2 main gold pits. That's a bug, but never mind. And yeah, if this count is not 0, then we recruit. We divide the time by the count of required structures, and of course the game has to be running for that, because I can stop the game in the game manager, like not really stop it in terms of Unity, but in terms of my game logic, and then we pass it on to the recruiting manager, who then instantiates the force and remove the force order from the list. And here this yield return you wait for seconds means that we just wait. So we have the build time specified in the force SO scriptable object, and we will wait for this time divided by the count of required structures. I think that makes sense. I hope I could explain it to you. And yeah, that's it with the recruiting system. Now let's go into the scriptable objects, because as you can see, for example, for each structure I have a scriptable object in which I specify a lot of things. The reason for that is that I don't know why, but I thought it would be a waste of space if I use too many prefabs, which is not entirely wrong, but not really right, because you can have a lot of prefabs. They are bigger than scriptable objects, but not that bigger. So now I only got 3 instantiator prefabs. This one, and this one. We focus on the force instantiator for this. And we got, we got already all required components on there, and we got 1 script which basically handles the instantiation. And as you can see, this method is over 100 lines long, because we set all values that are needed, so that from this state, let's just say 0 light swordsman, and we start the game, and you will see the change there. No, I want it paused. We got to this state. So of course the model yeah, that's in Skin Mesh Renderer. Nav Mesh Agent are settings from the Scriptable Object. Rigid Body, we never do something in the rigid body. The Sphere Collider is also specified in the Scriptable Object, etc., etc. All values, so also, of course, the force script, are specified in the Scriptable Object, which is this one. And you already see name, the model, the health, the cost, build time, the object type, the animations. This is the skinned mesh renderer cube. Let's call it like that. Repo name is for the animations, because yeah, here are all the skeletons, or this is the skeleton. You don't really see it in Unity. In Blender you can see it really good, but here you can just see that, of course. If I go to the head, let me just go there, and for example I rotate it. Okay, it doesn't work, never mind. Because the game is paused. And yeah, like this. So these are the bones, and it goes on and on and on. The materials, the team material, that's something more specific. The health bar scale, position, body range, the image which is used in the recruiting panel. Then of course the damage, attack cooldown, animation time. Okay, this one is just for archers. This one as well. This one as well. Additional attributes, this one has none. The ranged forces have one. Then the Spheres Collider Center. The count. Yeah, because you can also spawn more of them, but I always have the count at 1 for now. Maybe I will change it in the future, so you recruit battalions instead of just one force. I still have to think about it. And then the recruiting structures, so in which structures can you recruit this one? Attack radius, attack range, stop distance, speed, acceleration, angular speed, and radius. Yeah, that's it with the scriptable objects. Yeah, and that's already it with the video. Thank you for watching. Don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and also comment. I really love comments. So you don't really have to like and subscribe if you leave a comment. I really think feedback is important. Of course, I always am happy about positive feedback, but if there's negative feedback, that's also something I want to know, and then I will try to make it better. And yeah, the performance issue, I already talked about it in the last video, and in the next video I will be talking about Prototype2 and the prototype goals. At the time, so when you see this video, for me there will be already 4 weeks that have passed, or 3 weeks. 3 weeks, maybe even 4. So maybe I'm already finished with Prototype2, but yes, I am producing videos early, so that you have one video every week, and I can still have some development phases in which I code all the time. Of course, not only code, but work on the game. So thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.